On Maui and statewide, the majority of the wildfires are from human causes. We've definitely seen an increase in the amount of wildfires that are occurring every year. The Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization assists all the departments statewide with a lot of their statistics and tracking, and I believe it's upward of 95% of the wildfires are caused by human sources. Now, whether that's intentional or inadvertent, I've seen a lot from man-made things such as electrical lines, campfires, cars. Any of those things can contribute to wildfires and their ignitions.
So Hawaii in general is pretty different in that all our wildfires primarily are started by humans. It's all related to population. Years ago, Kaiden was up and running full strength. And so the fires back then were in the historical fire areas like the Pali, the west side, the south side, and sometimes up country. And a lot of those fires were normally needed to happen when there was some kind of event, so there was some kind of strong wind or a drought. When HCNS went out of business, and all those cane fields and even Maui pine, all those pineapple fields went fallow. That was when we got these our worst years that I've seen. The way Maui's designed is with this kind of wind tunnel in the middle of our island. If all of that area is fallow and dry, you just have a recipe for bigger fires. Now that Mahipono is kind of taken over, and now that a lot of their areas, especially in the Central Valley, they've been focusing on, are getting planted, we're transitioning back to only getting fires in those historical areas where they used to be.
Climate change is creating longer dry seasons, longer periods of drought, which essentially fuels wildfires. We're seeing more frequent wildfires and a lot more intense wildfires. And so when you have more of those burning the landscape, exposing the soil, it just increases the potential for a brown water event or sediment runoff. Brush fires are very common in the Pohakea watershed, which is uphill behind me. It's a very dry area, and wildfires have a lot of fuel, essentially, with that dry vegetation. So when fires come through, it's also a very windy area. They can blow across the landscape very quickly and burn a lot of that vegetation. When we lose vegetation, all of the soil is exposed, and during a storm event or a heavy rain event, all of that sediment washes down straight into Maalaea Bay, causing a brown water event. When we have sediment in the bay, it reduces sunlight, which is really important for photosynthesis for corals, and can really stress out the coral reefs that we have here in Maalaea Bay. So we work up in the mountain to establish fire breaks and plant vetiver grasses to kind of hold on to some of that soil in order to reduce potential sediment runoff.
One of the biggest things the community can do from the public standpoint is preparation, and there's just always being prepared. That comes down to emergency evacuation plans that you have in place at your own home, just in case these things happen, so that you're safer and better prepared to get out if one of these fires comes your way. There's also getting your home better prepared, things like having a clear space, getting fuels away from your house. They suggest up to 10 feet around your house, clearings, watching ignition sources that are in your yard, barbecues, cars that are running, any of these things that put off heat, especially during the summer months and when the conditions are right with wind and lower humidity. These all contribute to increased chances for wildfires.